You guys like our 400-year-old radios? My dad never liked using CB radios. He never, if they came in the tractor, they got ripped out right away. So we use those old Motorola ones, but they work just fine.
Got issues today. Plug the filter on the combine. So basically, that got plugged up pretty bad, it looks like. So we're trying to blow it out to buy us another hour or two, and then Kathy's gonna head up to Marshall and get a couple. With it being this dry this year, it seems like we're probably gonna go through a lot of those filters. So. Or more than normal maybe. So anyway, trying to put a band-aid on this and continue on. We can see things are starting to look maybe a little bit rainy. We've got a chance of storms and rain today. A small chance this morning and then a lot better chance later. So I really hope we can get past this first one and keep going. It'd be really nice to knock out the last of this 160 acres right here. We started harvest early, but it's like you get a little bit of weather here and there, and it seems like the days just tick by. So hopefully this holds off and we can get going.
So we're on day 5 of the corn harvest. Hopefully tomorrow we can switch to beans, but that's just if everything goes right. We got some weather moving in. It's supposed to be kind of cloudy and chance of rain all day, so we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, taking the corn out's been going pretty good. The only really breakdown we've had so far is when we first started this morning. I made one round and the air filter light came on, so I had to stop for a while, run up to the yard and blow the filter out. I got Kathy to run up to Marshall to grab me a couple of them, just because with how dusty it is, I think we're going to be going through quite a few of them. But I softly blew it out the best I could, just to get me through until she can get back with them. But no, got Kyle running grain cart today, so he's doing pretty good at that now. But then we got the scale on the grain cart was broke. The wires from the scale on the tracks somehow got rubbed raw and frayed. So we got those spliced back together for now, so it's working. Just a temporary fix. At some point we'll have to rerun wires, but
a little accident. We're leaving one row the whole length of this round, so now we're gonna have to either go back and get that or leave it. So we'll see what the boss says. But when he drove by me in the combine, he's like shaking his head because he knew he missed the one row. And yeah, it is raining now too. Barely, but hopefully it holds off. I know they're getting drenched to the west, so we really needed to hold off here for, I would say, a few hours would be really nice.
Yeah, I think Kyle talked a little bit about my one row of shape that I have going here.
I should be able to stay west of that waterway or that washout again, right?
Yeah. With this one row here, I remember this is a spot that I had a breakdown with a planter. So I'm guessing when I came back, I didn't line it up just right, and we were having issues with the auto steer the whole time, but somehow they just put it too close together, and with I was counting rows, and every time I'll find where the odd row is and I'll take that, but somehow I always get off one, and on that pass I just did, I wasn't able to take that one with the way that the row sensor works.
This field's got a lot of these waterways in it where he had to go all the way up and then swing around and cut around these grass waterways. Runs out right here through the field, so I'm just sitting back here waiting for him to get a path cut, and then I'll head across it. This one looks flat enough. I think I can just drive right through the middle of this one, but for him cutting those headlands off it, he had to go way up around about 200 yards and come back, so we've got quite a bit of the headlands and these weird parts of this field to do yet. There's a slough down there that we got to go around, and then there's another big grass waterway that we have to go around, so it's probably a good thing, honestly, with the two trucks running. We're some of this messing around slower stuff actually keeps us moving a little bit faster, and we're not necessarily waiting on them. So once we get that all cut out, if we're going normal, they can't keep up with us at all with that new head. And so yeah, luckily there's plenty to keep busy on cutting these end rows, but we also, once we get done with if we get done with this, I don't think we will today now that I think about it, but we've got a piece right down here. It's like 7 acres, and the equipment barely fits in there. The planter barely fits. I mean, the combine and the grain cart will fit easier, but obviously, but yeah, we got to dip down there and get those 7 acres done. As far as the trucks, that's going to be a pain to get them in and out of there, so I'm not sure where we'll load that, if we'll use that gravel road or if we'll actually get them in there or not. So hopefully we can make enough progress where we actually get to see that today, but I kind of have my doubts, especially since they're saying measurable rain possible here 5-6 o'clock tonight. So alright, I'm going to follow him down the path, and we've got the headlands taken out on the back side of this, and we'll load on that side. So looks like it's starting to rain again, which is great. Last time it was just enough to make the window extremely dirty, so which is good. We don't really want the rain immediately. I mean, we need rain, but we don't want it right now. So Mother Nature's probably telling me beggars can't be choosers, but alright, it's progressed to a lot more than a sprinkle for the time being, so hopefully this thing's short-lived. It looks like it should be. You can see kind of the clearing.
We're going to have to probably call it for a little bit anyway.
I don't know if you could hear that on the radio, but Nick just said, I think we're going to have to call it for a little bit anyway. So, I don't know. In my opinion, by the time we get back up to the headlands where we started, it'll probably be done. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I can full clarity on vision. I can see everything that's going on. But no, we're deciding that, well, I decided that we're going to take a little break here, let the rain pass again, and give it a little little bit to dry back up because I don't want to plug the sieves up on the combine because I know that would take forever to clean them back up and everything, and no need to be blowing grain out the back of the combine. So yeah, they're saying the rain's gonna pass in 10, and then hopefully the sun's trying to come out right now, so hopefully after that we'll be able to go again in about 30 minutes. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, which it never does.
He's just unloading a little bit more. First truck should be back here, I would say, yeah, pretty soon. Next 10 minutes for sure. So hopefully he gets back. I'll unload that, and then I could fit about 5,000 or 10,000 more pounds in here if we absolutely have to, but it does start to tip or fill over when we do that. So I can see it's looking pretty full. So he's going to continue on. That's the name of the game. Keep that combine moving. So sun will have everything dried right back out in no time.
So looks like we stopped at a perfect time. It was just starting to kind of start plugging up the grates on the rotor. So I'm sure it would come out as soon as it dries, but I'm just gonna we got time to waste, so I'm gonna spend a few minutes just pulling on some of this stuff. But yeah, the sieves actually look pretty good. If you look at them from back there, there's some stalks covering a little bit, but to be honest, not too bad.
Well,
it's gonna be a lot worse.
Looks like the truck's back, so I better get in the grain cart.
Yep.
Well, I tried to set the camera on the arm of the seat here when I was unloading. I'm definitely not comfortable enough to film while I'm unloading because I feel like I'm going to run the truck over or something like that. When I not run it over with the tractor, but run it over on grain. So anyway, I attempted to do that, but we got her loaded, and looks like I was 100 pounds heavy is all. So that's pretty good, because when you flip this here and shut the slide on the auger, it's hundreds of pounds before it stops. So you kind of have to like guess when it's about to get there, and then by the time it gets there, it's too late. If you shut it then, you're going to be hundreds of pounds, few hundred pounds over minimum. So that thing moves a lot of grain in that auger. But yeah, Nick's still over there cleaning out the combine a little bit, so I'm gonna run over there and see if he needs a hand. It'd be great to keep that thing moving. Gary will be back here, probably not for about 30-40 minutes, but that'll be perfect to get this grain cart filled up with another 1,200 bushels or so, and we'll keep on moving. How's that going?
Hurts to breathe. That ain't better. Gonna call that good.
Got that good old southwest Minnesota wind ripping today. See the neighbor over there in the background. He's taking out beans, and it's been nothing but a cloud of dust even after that little shot of rain we got. corn is blowing out of the out of the grain cart and hitting the window here because it's so windy. Not to mention that Nick's got her a little bit over full. Kind of at a little bit of a standstill here with the trucks. This is the first time we've really caught up and been ahead all day, so I've been waiting up here for probably 20 minutes for the truck. Nick's got to be full by now. Grain cart's plumb full. It's got 80,000 pounds on it right now, which is probably about 200 more bushels than this thing even holds. When I empty it here, I'll empty on this next truck almost 54,000 pounds, give or take. So we're still gonna have like half a grain cart almost, which means it's gonna fill up real fast again. So it's what is it? Like 2:30 now. Kathy, Nick's mom's coming out to give me a break on the grain cart because I have early out at daycare, so I got to pick up my kids. Then we got swimming lessons and stuff, so I'm pretty much done for the day here. We'll be filling my 8th truck here before I take off, I think. So yeah, on this field behind me, got, I don't know, it's got to be 30-40 more acres left, so I'm not sure if they'll be able to hammer that out yet tonight or what. Like I said earlier, there's some weather supposedly coming, but if we miss that, I would think that we could get this hammered out by dark. So we'll see how it goes. I'm sure Nick's giving some updates as well from his perspective, but right now we're in need of trucks showing up, otherwise we're going to be grinding to a halt here very soon.
Well, we had some bad weather move in. I don't know if you can really hear it, but that's hail. Hail's hitting the windows, and this is just the first round. It's supposed to get even worse at dark tonight. So I told my mom was running grain cart for me now. Kyle left, and I told her it's starting to bank up on the horizon. We better get going out of the field. And as soon as we stopped going and we were heading up to the end of the field to unload and then leave, just came down like crazy. So then the wind picked up. It was about 25-mile-an-hour winds all day, and now it's probably 40. Just, well, yeah. Disappointing, but hopefully, I pray for no hail, and there's supposed to be isolated tornadoes throughout the night, which pray that doesn't happen for everyone's sake.